Well, welcome back everyone. We've got the weed sprayer in the back of the Mule and we are going to spray the driveway down. Get these weeds gone for the first time this season, and I normally spray about twice a year. But we've had a break in the rain long enough to where I can actually start catching up on some of the things that I've been behind on. I'm using the FimCo 15-gallon yard sprayer, and I do have it plugged straight into the 12-volt outlet here on the back of the Mule. Real convenient. If I have to remove it, I can just simply unplug here, take the sprayer out of the back of the Mule, or plug it back up and I'm ready to go. I gotta say, the Mule being equipped with a 12-volt outlet, that's convenient. Now this thing also has the gator clips if you need to hook it straight to your battery. It does have the Gold Series high flow pump on it. This thing's capable of pushing a gallon a minute. That's quite a bit. But I think the spray seems to me like you can reach out about 20 feet with this thing if you have it setting to its wide open setting. And if you had to reach some taller vegetation, it allows you to get up there without too much hassle. Let's spray some weeds. We're going to start right here behind you. I hope you guys enjoy the video. Thanks for watching. It's started getting hot out here. I always use a good clean 5-gallon bucket. I don't want any debris getting inside my sprayer. Let's make sure these things are cleaned out. And this really does help me measure out my 5-gallon mark. And then the last gallon I always use to mix my herbicide in. That way I've got it mixed in water real well, and when it goes into the sprayer, it will mix the solution a little better for us. Let's get us 5 gallons of water here. Should be perfect. Now, if you're on good level ground, there's also measurements on the side of here all the way up to 15 gallons. And that will let you know how much you have in there. I try to keep it just a little closer to the measurement. That way I know exactly what I'm mixing up here. Okay. Now we'll mix our herbicide in the next gallon, and that should make us a good mix inside the sprayer. Now the herbicide I normally use is Roundup, and this is a concentrate. So we get to add this to water, and I will typically use 6 ounces of herbicide to 1 gallon of water. We've got a 6-gallon mix here, so I'm right at 36 ounces. My last gallon to go inside the sprayer here to mix up our solution. And that normally will kill what we need to remove, until something new species starts growing along again. And another pointer I'll share with you, anytime I haven't opened this lid yet, but anytime I use this herbicide, I do put rubber gloves on, and I will also be using rubber gloves when I'm running the sprayer. Keep that stuff away from my skin. Now another tip I have for you that I do is I put blue food coloring in this. That way I can see the level of how much is in the sprayer. Shake this around a little bit. This is really convenient to be able to plug this thing back up, not have to remove your wiring once you have it run where you need it to run. We're ready to spray. Get this closed up just a little bit. Now when I'm spraying, it doesn't really do a lot of good to saturate the ground, but I do make sure any vegetation is covered. Now this is something I do twice a year simply because the next species of grass coming along that's going to grow up in here is not what we're actually getting to today. So about twice a year normally is what we have growing here. And this stuff is expensive, so you want to get what you can get out of it and not waste a whole lot. Now when I meet the edge of the yard here, I always use the border. Work away from that border. That seems to work pretty well. Now the herbicide does need to be on the grass for at least 30 minutes, at least the brand I'm using, to be rain-proof. And like I said, there's really no sense in trying to saturate the rock driveway here, because if you don't see the green to it, then it's not going to kill what's underneath it more than likely. Now sometimes it will, but as a rule, whatever's growing here on top is what we're actually killing. This thing's spraying hard enough. You can see the pace that I'm moving here. I mean, it doesn't take much. Vegetation's getting absolutely as much on it as it needs. Up a little bit. And once you get into a system, you really start working pretty effectively. Trying to overlap just to make sure I'm covering everything. We're working pretty good now. One thing to note, I always make sure that I have drained the pump and the hose for winter time, because it will freeze and bust if it's sitting outside. and this thing will last you a long time. Make sure that whatever water that you're dumping in here is clean. That way you don't clog your pump up. You're gold. You'll use this thing as much as you want to. All right, I've got everything trimmed out, and I'm just simply going to run right down the driveway now, and that's going to finish this up. And again, FimCo Gold Series pump on top, 15-gallon agricultural sprayer. Works great on your UTVs, ATVs, or anything else you want to put this thing on. And it made this job easy. Now it is getting hot out here, and again, that's actually the best time to spray for weeds, in my opinion, is when it starts really getting hot and these plants are trying to absorb as much moisture as they can. It helps. And again, the food coloring in here to let me know what level my mixture is running, so I know, how much I have left in here. That's a good tip for you too. If you're looking at one of these, you're not going to be disappointed. I think you'll like it. I thank you for watching. I'll see you on the next one.